Welcome to part 2 of our fleet update. So this time Roman isn't here, but we've come up to the ranch to show you a bunch of the other vehicles that we have in our fleet. Now, if you didn't catch part 1, go check it out on TFLnow because we kind of split our fleet of vehicles between our office in Boulder and the ranch here up in Berthoud, Colorado. And let's start out where really motoring started out for most of the world. This is a Model T that we bought not too long ago. If I remember right, I think it's a 1915, so it's not a super early Model T, but this is something that the guys bought just recently. And I actually haven't had a chance to drive this one yet, but I would like to because it's kind of a bucket list item as a car guy to drive a Model T since it is such a different driving experience than you get really in any other vehicle. The controls here, it's all very unusual. So I'd love to have Tommy go through it with me and actually show me how to drive this Model T. So I think that would just be interesting to do. We also still have our trusty JK Wrangler here. It's a Wrangler Rubicon done up by AEV. It's got all the parts on it to make it super off-road capable. And this has been kind of our go-to camera and recovery rig when we've been doing off-road videos because it's just a dependable and really capable off-roader. So this is one that we'll probably hold on to for quite a while, especially because we're coming into winter. So in probably just a number of weeks, we're going to get snow here, and that Jeep is going to come in very handy. Of course, we also have this beautiful Mustang California Special that we bought because we've been doing a fair amount of drag racing content and a lot of videos with muscle cars, new and old. And this has a 289 V8, and it's pretty incredible to see the progression of how far performance has come because by modern day standards, this old California Special Mustang is beautiful, but it is not very fast. So it's funny to compare it to some of the newer muscle cars that we have. We also still have our BMW M6. This hasn't been in as many videos recently, but this is just another stunning classic vehicle. It's incredible to drive, and we've even done a little bit of drag racing with this as well. But a lot of the vehicles that we keep here in the barn, as we call it, are for more of our classics channel, and these are vehicles that we'll typically hold on to for longer because since they're not new vehicles, it's not really like they're depreciating in a big way like some of the newer things that we buy, and they're typically also less expensive to buy, so they're vehicles that we're able to hold on to for a little bit longer. We also, of course, have our 2014 Mustang GT, 5-liter V8. It is, sadly, if you ask me, an automatic, but this has been an absolute beast in the drag racing that we've done this summer. And when we bought this car, it was a little old man spec. So what we've gone and done is we've added some stripes, we did the exhaust, we did a few things to it just to make it a little more youthful and yeah, not quite so old man-y. But this has been an absolute beast in our drag racing. Surprisingly good. I mean, you know, a Mustang, it should be good drag racing, but you can't overstate how well it's done. And this Mercedes is actually one of Tommy's personal cars. We've got a couple of those here at the ranch. This is one that the company bought to make videos with, and when the company was done making videos with it, Tommy liked this car so much that he actually bought it, and I don't blame him because this old Benz is absolutely stunning. You can see a couple of our cars here we have on trickle chargers just so that the batteries stay good while they're hanging out here. This car has been pretty good for Tommy. I know it doesn't have its original carburetors, but apparently the only way that these motors will run perfectly is if you do have them set up with the original carburetors, but finding someone who has the knowledge to tune the original carbs and can get the parts for that is really difficult to do. So these are more standard off-the-shelf carbs. And, you know, Tommy says the car runs decently well. I don't think it spends a lot of time on the highway, so it doesn't have to run perfect. It's more of a around-town car. And then we have the Citroen 2CV. This is a vehicle that we bought probably closing in on 2 years ago. And it's continued to be something that we've been able to make videos on just because it is such a strange vehicle. There's a lot about this car that makes it interesting and different in ways that I think not a lot of people have seen. Of course, one of the strangest aspects of it is that Citroën suspension design that allows it to just lean an insane amount. So this is a car that I'm not sure they have any plans to sell anytime soon. Same here with the Fiat 500. This has been maybe almost a little bit of a joke car. I don't want to call it a clown car because that sounds kind of mean. But this has been something that we've used in a couple of videos and a couple ads. I think did we put this in the bed of a pickup truck?
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, exactly. So there's been some fun things that we've been able to do here with this Fiat 500, but it typically doesn't go too far, at least under its own power, because it has proven to be just about as reliable as you would expect it to be, and it's unbelievably slow. So it's not the kind of thing you would want to take far. And then finally here in the barn, we have Tommy's Beetle. This is a convertible Beetle that he bought a while back, and this is a vehicle that Tommy is actually looking to sell soon. So he had some engine work done, and he and a mechanic very soon are going to put the motor back into this car. I think that's actually happening tomorrow, and Alex is going to film that. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a video coming on that fairly soon where they put the motor back into it, and then hopefully they'll get to drive it. And and then Tommy is going to list this because he just bought a Land Rover. So kind of like me, because I also just bought a Land Rover. He's going to have a lot of money to spend, so he's having to clear out some of his older vehicles. One vehicle he's not clearing out is his classic Mini, which is in our other garage just across the way here, as is Trailhound, our Cummins, that's on massive 37-inch tires with a big BDS suspension lift, and that has just been such a good shop truck for us that it would be hard to let go of because it's too useful. There's so many things it can do. It can go off-road, it can pull a big trailer, you can put a decent amount of stuff in the bed of it. So also Trailhound we'll probably hold on to for a while, although this, our 7.3 Power Stroke, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how long this is going to stick around for, but we still have it for now, which is why today Alex and I are going to take this off-road. That doesn't mean the video on this is going to be up today, but what it means is that Alex and I get to spend a day driving this on a trail to see how good it is off-road, and that's something that he and I are looking forward to a lot, because these old 7.3 Power Strokes are just some of the most badass old trucks out there. There's a reason that these have such a cult following, and I mean, this is a limo of a truck because it's an extended cab long bed. So it is going to be interesting to see how the breakover angle does. And I'm sure it would upset Andre terribly if we break his step off. So we'll try not to do that. But yeah, that's also going to be a video coming down the pipeline. So that's just a quick update overview on some of the vehicles that we still have kicking around here at the ranch, just in case you saw that initial video that we did at the office showing you the vehicles that we have kicking around there. So let us know what you think in the comments below. If there's any videos on some of these vehicles that you guys are waiting for, and as always, we'll catch you all in the next video.